live on Facebook. I'll be right there with you. Facebook coming up. So here we go. And I think we are live on Facebook. Good morning, everybody. Sami Abu Saad here. I hope you are having a great start to your weekend. I want to go ahead and get started right away. I'm at my home this morning, and if I'm going to broadcast if I'm going to show you the view, I have to kind of do the video early in the morning. Otherwise, it gets pretty bright outside in the background, which means you can't really see the view. But let's go ahead and get started. Again, hope you're doing well. Please, if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. And also beneath the video, you'll see a link to the free open house that I'm holding next week. So take advantage, come check us out, see what you think. And let's go ahead and get started. So first, today we're going to talk about the market, and we'll also talk about the cryptocurrency market. I'm not going to do a separate video for Bitcoin, and I'll show you why. Basically, what did I tell you last week? Last week, in exact same words, I said the market was going to be a mess this past week, right? And it was a total mess, as you can see. Up, down, up, down, up. Which way is it going? Who knows? So what we have to do is wait for the pattern to resolve itself. When it's easy, I'm going to show you in just a second what I mean by easy. When the market is downtrending, you call it a spade, right? You call it what it is. When the market is uptrending, you're bullish. When the market is downtrending, you're bearish. When the market is doing this, what should you be? What should your bias be? Neutral. Or it's not neutral. It's more wait and see. Let the pattern clean itself up, resolve itself first before establishing a bias. So that's what I'm going to be going into next week, is on a day-to-day basis, and I'm going to be just waiting for the pattern to resolve itself. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I already said in last weekend's video, right, that this past week was going to be a total mess in the market, and it proved to be true. So when that's the case, you don't want to be too aggressive on the swings, right? You have to be, even with the day trade, you have to be kind of quick. Can't be too aggressive unless you can find things that are on their own page. Like what? Like yesterday, we did the NVIDIA in the room, that 15-minute buy sell, right? Ended up getting out a little too early, but you see this? Beautiful. That's a buy setup. Why? Because it was a gap up. So, it's not going to care that much about the market. Or the PAGS also, right? That was a gap up too, right? Not going to care that much about the market, these kind of plays. And that's what I actually focus my trading around, day trading. With regards to swing trading, let me show you some ideas that I think are going to be completely on their own page, which means they're not going to be affected by the market, and I will be looking to play them. If you're in the strategic swing trader, I already posted the plays for Monday. I picked two, but they're pretty good, okay? First, BE. I mean, do you think this is going to care about the market? This is an oil stock. You think this is going to care about the Qs or the SPY? No, it's not going to care about the market. So I like it this was a novice gap, right? And continued lower. And now I like it as a gap fade, meaning I like it to go back up, maybe to here initially to $6, but then to the gap fill in the back half to $8. So I really, really like the BE. If we look at the hourly chart, which is usually my entry time frame for swing trades, you can see there's a nice breakout. By the way, I almost forgot. I have to share the standard required disclaimer with you to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss today is for educational purposes only. All right? So just keep that in mind before we proceed with the video here. Okay, so BE I like a lot as a long. The CHUY I think is pretty thin, but as you can see, it's doing a buy setup after a gap up, right? It's always bullish when the stock does not fill the gap, which this one did not, right? It held the gap and now has a buy setup. Notice on the hourly chart, it's starting to curl, starting to kind of look up, okay? A CVET is exactly the same as the BE. This was a nice swing trade as an earnings play for us on Monday or Tuesday this last week. It was pretty good. A 40% gap down. We killed it on this earnings season. It was just amazing. But I like the CVET higher, just like the BE, except to tell you the truth, I like the BE more. But it's the same exact idea. G dot was also an earnings play short and gapped 47%. So, and I like it to go back up a little bit, maybe as a dead cat bounce. G dot is weak, but look at it. Look at it on the monthly chart. Down from $100 almost, right? 93 to 20 something, to 24. Can it bounce a little bit back to 40? Sure. By the way, you see something here? This was a momentum move up, which means once they top out, oh boy, you want to run. You don't want to walk away, you want to run. Because when they top out, they usually collapse. Momentum moves are beautiful for as long as they last. But when the stock tops out, you gotta run because there's no support. Momentum moves leave no support, basically. On the way up, almost every bar was green. On the way down, every bar is red, almost, right? So that's the G dot, like it higher. Gold, been bullish on gold since June 1st, since I did the first video on GLD. I mean, it's just been a rocket. If you've been in it, congratulations. GOLD is a stock, and I like it as a breakout. It's a gold stock, right? Used to be called ABX, and ABX and GOLD merged. But really, ABX bought GOLD, and they stuck with the GOLD symbol. IMGN is another stock that I really like here on this breakout. It's a low price stock, I know, but it's highly liquid. Long, stop, target, 2 to 1. So I am gonna be looking to play the IMGN, okay? Just checking the broadcast to make sure everything is going well. I think it is. SO is a utility stock, but has a buy setup. So this is like the Chewy, the CHUY. Similar. Short, we have Angie. Really weak. Looks slower. Still. Angie lower. BECN is a sell setup. Let me show you that hourly chart. So it's a nice sell setup / breakdown on the hourly chart. So short right here, stop up here. Okay, on the BECN. Krone, very weak, 1, 2, 3. We did the CGC as an earnings play on Thursday. It was like a 26% drop. So that was really nice as a short. So Krone has a 1, 2, 3. Very, very weak. The cannabis stocks at the moment, very weak. So short under the base, stop above it on the hourly chart. FLDM, pretty thin, but breakdown. 1, 2, 3. Breakdown on the base, on the hourly chart. Short under, stop above. Fitch, I think sell setup. Yes, it is. And then on the hourly, it's a breakdown. So entry for this would be just under the base. Stop would be above it. Got it? So entry under the base, stop above it. VMW, I think, is a 1, 2, 3, meaning an igniting bar, a narrow range bar, and then if on Monday we continue lower, that would trigger what I call a 1, 2, 3 pattern. Okay? On the VMW. WATT is just a plain old breakdown. See it on the daily chart, just a breakdown. Don't love it because it's tough to figure out where to put the stop on this. We know where the entry is. The entry is under the base, under the whole thing, under the pivot on the hourly chart. But where do you put the stop? Do you put it here or do we put it up there? If we use the big stop, then it's too big. If we use 410. If we use 375, then it's too tight. So this one I'm gonna let it go and then look for another entry. And last but not least is work. It's a base breakdown, so it looks lower. Doesn't have a ton of room to the prior bar's low here, but I expect it to make new lows. Notice right after the IPO, I remember playing it on the IPO. It had a really nice move up, and then it crashed. That was amazing. And then you see it got rejected, and then from there it's just in an all-out downtrend. That work looks lower, lower, lower. I did the what was it? Oh no, RV, LV. as an earnings play short last week. Pretty nice too. So why? Because IPO really bearish ever since, into the declining 20, so it's set up short. This one, I don't know if it's reported or anything, but sure looks lower. Sure looks lower. As for Bitcoin, it got super messy now. Not a great idea to get involved in it right now. If you remember that call, the double bottom, a couple weeks ago, right here, double bottom, really worked if you took it. But right now, actually tell you the truth, right now we're doing a buy setup. Bitcoin is doing a buy setup. Where's the buy setup? Here it is. It's a retest of a prior double bottom. Didn't quite retest the absolute low, right? But support is a zone, so it retested there, 9,500. And so we have 1, 2 pivots, and that was the retest. So it's a buy setup. This is called a buy setup at major support. When you have 2 pivots, right? That's 1, 2, then every single time after that we get a retest of a double bottom, you can buy it. It's basically a buy setup at a major support. So there it is. So that's a buy setup. Plus we had minor support from here. That's called minor support, the top of a base. So we had 2 prior pivot lows and minor support, which is the top of the base. So it's okay to play it, but you know what the problem is? The problem is I don't think Bitcoin is going anywhere for the next several weeks, months. Look, that's the weekly chart. Here it is. I mean, that looks sideways to me for a while. It already made that huge move up from 3,000 to 14. Now it's gonna just probably digest that move and go sideways for the next foreseeable future, I think. Monthly also needs to consolidate. But look, once it consolidates here for a couple more months maybe, check this out. Moving average on the monthly, that's the 20 is gonna start to point up, and it's not gonna even wait for it. You'll see, it won't even wait for it. And then break out and retest that $20,000 area. Okay, so that's the monthly chart of Bitcoin. I like it higher long term, but I just think for the foreseeable future at least that it's not really going anywhere. That's why I'm not crazy about it anymore. Again, there were a couple of opportunities recently. That double bottom retest was nice, right? Now there is another buy setup if you want to get involved. I would get involved. It's nice, but on the daily chart. But the problem is, I don't think this is going anywhere for the next several months. Maybe not several months, but several weeks. So what's the point of getting involved if it's not really going to rally that much? Maybe it rallies back up to 12. But I'm not expecting it to resume the uptrend for the foreseeable future, okay? So that's why I'm not crazy about the cryptocurrency market right now. And I was considering other altcoins in the past. I wouldn't even bother with the altcoins at the moment. It's either Bitcoin or nothing at all, meaning I would stay away from Ether, Ripple, LTC, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and any of the other small altcoins. I would just stick with Bitcoin or not at all, because it's the only one that looks still decent. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, be sure to join me next week for that free open house. Alright, be sure to join me. We're going to have a lot of fun and hopefully make lots of good money. Alright guys, I'll close this out in the broadcast. I'll talk to you, I'll see you maybe on Monday in the open house, or talk to you on Tuesday when I do my Tuesday afternoon lesson series for room members, but I also broadcast the lesson part. I do a coaching session after the close for room members, but I broadcast the lesson part to social media. So I'll talk to you on Tuesday, if not before. Have a great weekend and take care, everybody. Good trading. Take care.